Hey guys, how's it going? Shay here from That Student Life Australia. Now it's getting towards the pointy end of the Australian school year. You've probably got trials coming up soon, HSC exams in a few months, or whatever exam your state has. Now we're all trying to get the best ATAR we can here, so I want to give you guys a few tips to maximise your performance in the exams to make sure that you can get that ATAR you want. Let's go. Okay, so tip number one. For the end of year exams, you really need to get your hands on past papers for each of your subjects with answers provided. So for me, I grabbed the Success 1 books. So here's my chemistry one. It had every chemistry past paper since 2001 with full answers to every single question. It was amazingly helpful when I was studying for my final exams. I totally encourage you to go and grab as many past papers as you can with full answers so that you have done every single past paper that you can get your hands on before the exam. Because my logic was, and it worked, I thought if I could do every past paper for the last 10-15 years really well, then I could do this year's one. And that's how it worked out. So give that a shot. Alright, so tip number 2 for improving your ATAR. Go look back at all the exams you've done this year and all the topics you've done for each subject. Pick out all of your weaknesses, all of the questions you got wrong, all of the things you didn't quite understand. You need to relearn them, redo them, and make sure that you solidify it in your brain that you now know how to do it. So, you know, when I got towards the end of the year, there was a couple of topics there for each subject where I was like, not my best. You know, I got a couple of mistakes there, whatnot. I went all through all my past papers, made sure I knew what the correct answer was to everything I got wrong, and any of the things that I didn't quite understand, I went and saw my teacher, I went and asked a friend. I just made sure that there were no gaps in my learning, in my knowledge, so that there were no weak points. Because the things that you're strong at, you'll pretty much stay strong at. You just need to keep them at a high level. But those things that you're not so good at, pretty weak, you got to bring them up, and that takes effort. But it's worth doing. Alright, so tip number 3 for improving your chances of getting your goal ATAR is obviously to write down your ATAR goal. Keep it somewhere visible on your wall like I had. You know, on your study desk, somewhere that you can see while you're putting in the work. You know, you're not doing this for nothing. There's a goal at the end, there's a prize you can win. So make sure that you know about it while you're putting in the hard work. Remind yourself why you're doing it. So grab a piece of paper, write down the goal, go for it. Alright, so tip number 4. Now that it's coming to the tight end of the year, you really should be planning your day. I put on Snapchat a couple of days ago, like what mine looked like during the HSC or trial time, and it was just packed with things I needed to do every day. It's really important to plan your day, to write down what you need to do. Now I am selling timetables if you want to use that, but if not, just go and grab a piece of paper or something like that. Make sure you know what you're doing each day so that you can get it done and you can't hide from it when it's on paper. So do that, plan your day. Alright, so tip number 5. Towards the end of the year, your energy starts to drop, you might feel the burnout. Now how can we counteract that? Well, I counteracted it by making sure every rest period I had really counted and that I really felt rested and I was enjoying that time. So I studied an hour on, 20 off, or 2 hours on, 30 or 40 off. And during that 20 or 40 minutes off, I really enjoyed myself or tried to really get into a relaxed state so that I was, ready to go again at the next session. It's okay to have, a 10-hour day full of studying where, you're going really hard, but if that makes you feel so tired that you don't do any work for the rest of the week, then you haven't really accomplished anything. So while you're going hard, you're being consistent in the study, make sure that you're really enjoying your rest time so that you're ready to go back every time the clock starts again. So enjoy your rest time, go hard at study, so that you can actually stay energized and not burn out. So make sure you enjoy yourself when you're off the clock. Alright guys, that about wraps it up. They're my top 5 tips for improving your ATAR. Good luck with your studies, keep going. Consistency is what will get you over the line. The person who puts in the work every single day will get there in the end. So work hard, be smart, have fun, and good luck. See you later. Thanks for watching.